Hit that button.
The Built2 Media Podcast.
Why is the button sticky, Gunner?
I don't know. Good question. Dude, it's just what I do.
Built2. Malay, Gunner, Zach, and Ben.
He literally piled it in his hole.
I mean, once you do it the first time, I would.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it wasn't mine, so.
Oh.
Now from the Liquid Nitro Studios, here's your host, Blake Anderson.
Gunner's locked and loaded.
Gunner Cummings.
I'll be completely honest, we're out of headphones.
Zach Witties.
I bit on that so hard.
Ben Brooks.
They say that the
Don't have an hour and a half.
man is the head of the house, but the woman is the neck. And what turns the head? The neck.
Never heard that.
I haven't either.
Not even once.
Never heard.
I don't even know what just happened.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
saying,
right. That's right.
Hit the button. Benjamin.
Blake.
Round two.
Yeah, round freaking two.
It did not work the first go, which, you know,
Which
that
just
kind of happens here.
Yeah, it does.
We got all this cool equipment that never wants to work. So
that's dumb. The whole thing is dumb. I'm telling you.
basically bought a Longhorn and we're still running with the old street stock equipment. Yeah. Well, let's get these guys in here before something gets messed up again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. We're gonna make this happen one more time. On screen right now, we'll let you guess which one is which. We have Jason and Kennedy Swan. Guys, welcome in. Welcome back to the Built2 Media Podcast. How you guys doing?
Just as good as we were before.
I knew that was coming. I absolutely knew that was coming.
That's fun.
I kind of think, I'm watching the show. I think it's operator error on your guys' end.
Nobody likes you, Jason.
Well, yeah, that's because you tell us to shut up all the time.
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
wanted to do it just so we had to shut up. Did it intentionally. Come on, Jason.
There we go. So, all right, let's get right back into it.
Gonna ask you the first question again, Kennedy.
Yeah. So, we take a look back at your last three seasons, from Rookie of the Year to one of the most consistent cars in 2024. You had a tougher go of it in 2025. What did you learn from your B-Mod days into the A-Mod days? I know before you were touching a little bit on the competition and what that's like. So talk us through what last season was like for you and what you've been learning.
Yeah, so like I said, definitely is up there as competition. No matter what track you're at, you always got great guys that anyone can win every night. So it's not like, oh, you're there, you're going to be the best car. No, everyone's like on the same playing field. Other than that, though, I would definitely say the mental side, I've learned a lot, especially with last year, with the struggles. And I think the struggles comes with, a learning experience. And I definitely learned a lot that I'm going to definitely carry into this season.
Probably helps a little bit having Mike Anderson right there in your pocket sometimes, too, to give shit to, huh?
Yeah, I like giving shit to him, that's for sure.
It's always interesting listening to them two go back and forth.
I imagine the friendship, really, that you've developed with Shane Sabraski, too, that has to be to your benefit. I'm sure you like giving him a hard time as well, but that has to be to your benefit as well.
Oh, yeah, Shane's a great guy. And, I mean, he's like the guy I look up to when it comes to racing. He's how many national champions and wins, and he's always a nice guy, offering us hospitality whenever we need it. And I like to always watch him, and I like to pick up on things that he does and try my best to learn from him. And I mean, if I ever ask, he'll always give me tips, and so it's awesome.
Yeah, it's got to be almost like racing against like a Jeff Gordon when you're at the same track as he is.
Right, like just to stay in front of him, like in a heat race or something, is like, wow, like he didn't pass me.
I've seen some nights where you've been ahead of him, and he's been like 10th, and you've been 9th, and that's got to be like competing for a win right there, just to be able to stay ahead of him.
You're right. I try to take the little things out of it. So like, even if I'm not even in the top 5, but say I finish ahead of, Shane or even Jody or just one of the big guys, I try to take that away from it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Plus being a girl in the sport, it's a huge deal to be up there with all those guys that have been doing it longer than you've been around.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Well, with all those tracks that you traveled to, even with the B-Mod, I mean, how much more difficult is it when you leave like your Red Cedar, your Rice Lake, and you go out to some of that, like doing Ogilvy for the first time with the A-Mod?
Yeah, no, Ogilvy's got a lot of competition there. Well, like it's crazy there, but I like going up there. Their track, the facility up there, it's amazing, and there's amazing people up there. It's like, especially up there, like if I were to get a top 5, top 10 there compared to like some of the other tracks, I really take that away from it because of the competition there.
Well, certainly. I mean, Jody and Shane are there every week, and and you never know where, arguably your toughest competition around here is Blake Adams. You never know where he's going to show up either. And I say that because I saw you and him go back and forth a little bit today on Facebook. And that was hilarious, Kennedy, by the way. That was hilarious.
I had to give some crap for that.
Well, he needs it.
What is it?
They posted on DRC his stats with his dad, and I commented cherries on it.
And he commented back, bruh. It was great.
Just picking.
Yeah.
Just picking.
It was great.
That was pretty. When I first seen that, I was like, man, they dirtied Buzzy on this one.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Blake's a good kid. He comes and sees us wherever we're racing. He's always down by the trailer. I enjoy talking to him. I spent Saturday night talking to him quite a bit at Kurt Meyer's retirement party, and he's fun.
Yeah, definitely good kid. But it's got to be interesting though. Like, when we first started in this sport, Jason, yourself included, we didn't have social media. We didn't have a lot of those things. If you wanted wait, hold on. Where's the mouse?
Right here.
Okay.
Oh,
You got to highlight Blake's comment right there.
There we go.
You can drive a car, but
Leave me alone, bastard.
you drive a car, but you suck at Fortnite. That's funny.
Hey, I'll take he's complimenting me. He's saying I can drive a race car, which he never compliments me, so I'm taking that.
Love it. Love it. So, Jason, as we were talking about, but the social media stuff, if we wanted to talk smack, you had to do it at the racetrack. You guys, have never known an era without it. So, and I know it's good natured between the two of you guys and stuff and all that. And it makes for a good story for me as an announcer to tell. Jason, have you ever had to step in and kind of regulate some of those things? Or like, where does the line end between crew chief, dad, and I guess now tire guy, as we were talking about?
Tire guy.
I never really had to. I mean, one issue at Rice Lake, but really I've never really had. I mean, she's 140 pounds pure muscle. If they want to try it, go for it, I guess. I mean, she might be a girl, but I don't know. I've never had to step in. I mean, she's kind of took everything over now, and like you said, Ben, now tire guy. I slowly step back and, she's doing all the work on the car and, between her and when William comes over, and I just stand out here and grind tires and do what I'm told.
Well, you gave her a pretty good outlook there, starting off in that B mod. I mean, I always go back to the last interview we had with both of you, and it was just starting out, shy Kennedy. Jason did most of the talking, and now, I mean, the public eye just at the track, it shows. I mean, it shows. It's before the races, after the races, during the races. It doesn't matter. There's a Kennedy Swan shirt somewhere, and for you to take that over, that's got to be a pretty proud moment for you, Jason.
It is. It's been quite a journey to, from the rookie cage all the way through to where she is today, and how she handles her sponsors and just everything, her partners, and it's pretty proud. Pretty proud of what she does. There's pretty nights too where I'd like to throw something at her, but if I didn't already, I mean, sometimes, we battle it out pretty good in the garage, but, I'm pretty proud.
It's the togetherness, though.
Yeah.
My dad did that too, and now that we take time off, it's like, well, shit, you kind of miss arguing in the shop about the small, like, where the fuck a zip tie goes,
Yep.
You've definitely argued over that, for sure.
Oh, there's been some good battles between us for sure. And I'm sure there's going to be more. I mean, I remember a night where I tried throwing a backpack at her and Mom stopped me. And I was in the house, and then we come back out and I'm grinding tires and she's going through the front end. And And I just looked over at her, and we both started laughing. And I said to her, I said, "You're lucky your mother was standing there. I was rifling it at you." To be honest, I don't even know what it was about. Probably leaving water bottles everywhere. I don't even know. Who knows?
Well, I've seen you guys like at the track before the races start, right? You got people all around you. But in talking to both of you, which I've talked to both of you prior to when Kennedy's racing, you guys, you're all business at the racetrack. Until you put the thing back in the box, you guys are all business at the racetrack. And it's sort of like a, hey, I'm glad you're here, but we got shit to do type vibe, you know? And with you being... apparently I asked too long of a question.
Yeah, you did. They'll be back.
They'll be back. You know what?
We need to switch applications.
It doesn't like race shops, apparently.
I guess not.
It doesn't like race shops. All right. So before we were so rudely interrupted by today's modern technology here in 2026. So, but that all business vibe that you guys have where you're just really focused with the amount of eyes that you've had on you for basically the entirety of your dirt track racing career. Have you had to develop that mentality, or is it something that just kind of came along with it, where you guys are all business when you get to the racetrack until you put the thing back in the box when you're done? Shipping freight and tired of guessing if you're getting a fair rate? QualityFreightRate.com cuts through the noise, compares real carrier pricing, and gets you the best freight rate fast. No fluff, just better pricing. Check them out at QualityFreightRate.com, and don't forget promo code Built2 for 10% off your first shipment.
I think I've kind of always had that because racing to me isn't just a sport. It is my passion. Like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I want to make a career out of it. And I've always known that. And I don't want to, and also for other people to see, especially younger, girls or that are looking up to me. Like, I don't want to be a bad influence. They see me going out there, being angry, yelling at people, or just doing something that I shouldn't be doing. I don't want to do that. Like, I'm trying to set good example for these kids and show them, like, especially that a girl can do good in a male-dominant sport. So I think I've always had that, and I've never wanted to put myself in that type of place, especially with being so young, too. I mean, I'm only 19, so I could get caught doing still bad things. But, yeah, so I think I've just always had that.
Yeah, and you've handled yourself really well on a lot of those occasions, because we've seen you get spun. We've seen you, even a flat tire, and you got to park in the infield and watch the rest of the race. You just stand there,
Yep.
Not going to do anything about it, but I'm pissed off as all get out inside this house.
Yep. And now that I've gotten to know you a little bit better, same thing. I can look down at you in the infield when something happened and you're down there. I know you're mad, right? Because I know you, and I know you're mad. But the way you handle yourself, it's a testament to your character, really, Kennedy, and how you've developed over the years. So that's something really, truly, be proud of that. Be proud of how you handle yourself in the pits and otherwise. I think that's got to be a true point of pride for you too, Jason, to be able to see that.
It is, and, we're all business too, there's, like Kennedy said earlier, don't matter which racetrack you go to, there's no slouches, and whether you're at Red Cedar, you got Blake, you got Jake Hartong, Mike Anderson, Ben Hillman, he's coming hard, there's a lot of really good racers. And whether you go up to Rice Lake, you got Blake again or Mike again, or, you got Joe up there. There's a lot of people, Ogilvie, Superior, wherever you go, Grand Rapids, you got the Brookings. You got to be on top of your game and making sure everything is right. And, you won't very often see us working on our race car before the races at the racetrack. And if you do, that's because we had a rough night the night before, whether it's something got wrecked or, not very often that are we working on the race car, but our minds are going and, okay, what are we going to do? Watching that racetrack, seeing what the racetrack's going to do, and just go from there.
Yeah, you about have to do that. Have it ready before you get there with the crowd that you guys usually get too.
I mean, it's 15.
Yeah, we don't, and we don't want to push anybody away. We try to talk to everybody that we can, and you miss, I miss a lot of people. We were at Kurt's retirement party on Saturday. Got to see a lot of racers that we haven't seen all winter, and and it's really nice, and it's just, you get caught up with them, and some of them you don't see all the time. If we head north, we'll see Johnny and Bob, or just spend some time talking to them, or Jody Belfi, or any of them really.
I told Kurt he needs to retire every year so we can have a fun party like what we had. Because
I think we just have a party every year he stays retired. Because I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but
you're right.
You're right. Hats off to him. That was a great time. I know you said you left at 10 o'clock. Well, we closed the bar down. It was 3:30 before we rolled back into Chippewa. So
nice.
It was a good time, and got to see a lot of people. And I don't like not seeing Kurt race anymore because it's going to be hard not to see that. You always go look, where's Kurt starting? I've grown into a big Alex fan just because watching him, I've watched him in karts, and then I watch him in the Super Down, and so I go watch Alex a lot. But it'll be interesting. I hope he stays retired, and part of me is like, oh man, I'd love to see him jump back into something else once in a while. But I get it, being a dad, and I think him and Alex as a team, they're going to be hard to beat, and it's going to be a pretty cool season, I think, for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, he said it at the awards banquet too. Like, that's all he wants to do is, he said that Alex is natural talent, which obviously we've all seen, and he just wants that to get better. And the reason he set the records or wanted to beat that last record was for Alex to beat it.
Right. And help him do that. That translates into my next question for you, Jason. Dad, crew chief, hauler driver, tire guy, you wear a lot of hats, right? What has been harder for you, helping Kennedy and consequently, and also Tripp improve, or knowing when to step back and really turn the reins over to Kennedy so that way she can run the race team? What's been harder for you?
The hardest part is not being needed as much anymore. And I go back a couple years ago already, and everybody knows William Moulter. He spends at least one night here a week. He started pitting for us, and then he started his own racing career. But, watching and Will taking stuff over, that was probably the hardest for me and to understand that, and taking it as a positive and not as a negative. That's probably been, and stepping away. I don't think I'll ever step away. I mean, this last year, just due to health issues that I had, it was the first time I've ever missed a race. And I mean, she's got 13 years she's been racing, and I've seen every single one live except now last year's Red Clay. And then when she was in Canada, and that was hard. That was very hard to watch on a TV. And, we have our live feeds. So, I mean, I got to watch the whole race, but that was hard situation.
Hey, at least you got to meet the Rydens, though, when you're up there. Everything that Nesbitt tells me, they're very nice people.
They are. I mean, without them, I wouldn't have had a vehicle. I wouldn't have had a place to stay, and it was my own fault. 18 years ago, I had a lot of fun, and, it cost me.
It's a dumb rule anyway. It's a dumb rule anyway for getting into Canada. It's stupid.
We'll get her. I'll get her figured so we can go back up there. I mean, we went up there in July, and I mean, Thunder Bay is phenomenal. The people, unbelievable. The food, everything. The racetrack was really good too, and we're looking forward to going back up there more this year.
It was really cool to even see the sprint cars get up there and the late models this year, and on the schedule.
Oh yeah,
like, man, it's we talk about it on here with other random people, and a lot of guys, racing that Ashland area, they go across the border a lot, and there has been no one that's ever said anything bad about going up there.
You have to do it. Every racer needs it. You want to have a good time, just go up. Just do it on a Wednesday night or go up for one of their shows. I mean, it's the hospitality of the people is top. I mean, when you pull into town before you even get to the race.
Oh.
Well, now we wait.
They must have a weak signal.
I'm going to tell them to go in the house.
Yeah.
Get in the house.
Yeah.
Apparently, our program doesn't like
10 minutes.
You guys got bad Wi-Fi or something?
No,
It does it like every 10 minutes. I don't know why.
What the
our
hell?
Wi-Fi's strong.
It did it to Mike Knudsen last week, too, when he was in the shop and he had to go into the house.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, right. Strong Wi-Fi. Back to what I was saying, when you come pulling into Thunder Bay, I was watching people like in their yards. Every one of them had racing T-shirts on before we even got to the racetrack. It was just cool.
That's so awesome.
yeah. And,
I miss those days.
yeah.
You just got to get all those border patrol, all of them. I think just get them to the racetrack, and maybe they'll let us racers come across a lot easier.
They used to be like that. Tom would tell me that he knew all the border people by name. There was never a problem getting anybody across the border. And yeah, they all used to be like that. So maybe you got to grease their palms with some Kennedy Swan merch or something like that.
You got to be careful with that too.
Yeah,
They like you selling that stuff in there.
yeah. You got to. That rule's dumb too. You got to have a broker to sell all your stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll ship it.
But so Kennedy. And Blake, I'm stealing one of your questions.
That's fine.
What is the biggest difference you've learned from going from Midwest mods into the big mods and trying to race and being successful racing at the level of which you're at?
I would just say honestly, there's a little, I would say I still drive the same, but with the mod, I would say I drive a little differently. Not because I wanted to, but just because it's just how like the B mod and the mod work. Like the mod, it's almost easier to drive than the B mod. So like you don't have to work so hard at it, I guess, if you could put it like that. Otherwise, I honestly, other than like that part of it, my driving style is mostly the same. I mean, sometimes depending on it, I'll just say it, my mentality, I might change my driving style, not on purpose, but if I'm angry, I might drive way harder than I'm supposed to. But I don't know. I guess that'd be really the only difference. I've definitely learned, obviously the competition's harder. I can't expect to win or even be up the front like all the time. But that, and definitely I've learned a lot with the setup on the mods too. I've learned a lot just being in the mod and just the track changes and what to do to the car. And yeah, I would say it's pretty the same when it comes to driving style though.
Yeah, that power kind of helps you get out of situations you didn't have before.
Right.
Yeah, so what part of the modified took the longest to really get comfortable with? I mean, suspension, travel, being down on that right front.
Honestly, it was just trying to get the mod so it was good for me. So where we didn't have to, what do you know what I'm trying to say? Like
She don't like a tight race car.
No, well, that's not what I'm trying to say. Where get the mod, make the changes, so get it to where I like it, or how I want to drive it.
Figuring out what that is.
Get it to where I want it, so then from there we don't have to make so.
What is going on here?
I don't know.
We're switching setups. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. We're going to find something else. Dumb.
It doesn't make any
It
sense
makes
why your
no
phone
sense.
does that.
No sense. The only thing I mean,
Maybe we'll just have to call them.
yeah, maybe. All right, and we're back.
Jesus.
Okay,
Sorry, guys. I don't know what the problem is.
it's okay.
It's not your end. It's not our end. It's a system thing. I apologize.
Okay, back to what I was saying was, I got it now. Was so where I didn't have to change my driving style. I needed to make the car set up to where how I wanted to drive it. So from the B mod to the A mod, where I didn't have to change anything with my driving style. Like I mean, obviously I learned stuff, I definitely learned stuff, trail braking, stuff like that. But like, I wanted to make the car so where I didn't have to change how I drove. And so and honestly, we'll probably still have to work on it this year to figure out where we got to be for that. But that's definitely was the biggest challenge.
Yeah. Just getting you comfortable with, I 100% understand. Yeah.
Right. And then.
Ben said 6 years. I say 3, but still, even after 5 years or whatever in the sprint car, there's still things that, well, I need a trail brake here in order for that right rear to grab there for me to get off in this position, you know?
I didn't say 6 years. Billy Moyer said 6
Well,
years.
whatever.
But yeah. So 2025, your speed was still there, but your nights didn't always come together. I think that's probably the best way we can put it. I mean, yeah, you guys struggled a lot last year. What's the biggest challenge now that you're going to see going forward in 2026, based off what you learned in 2025? How are you going to put those nights together? I mean, obviously it starts at the draw window, but you know.
Yeah, I would definitely when I go up to the draw window, it doesn't whether I draw or somebody else draws. I let that number dictate my whole night. And whether if it's out of 100 and I draw the 99, I think that affects me a lot, even on the racetrack. I think I carry it into it. I shouldn't let that number dictate it, but it's hard when you draw 99 like every weekend. So I definitely let that last year get to my head, and I think that ruined a lot of nights for me. For sure. This year I'm going to try that. No matter, I don't think the number should dictate it anymore, and I'm going to try very hard to whether I draw the 100 or the 1. I'm not going to let it ruin my night and my races, and I'm still going to go race hard whether or not I do start last or not. So I think that's going to be the number one thing.
Isn't it mainly passing points?
No.
Oh.
And when the big shows, it usually is, but on a regular night, no, it's usually top 4, top 3. And then they'll redraw.
Just tell Wissota they should always be passing points.
They did, and then they switched a couple years ago. Draw, redraw. But
don't let that number dictate anything.
I'll
go out there and whoop ass.
I always liked it when I pitted for Nesbitt. I always liked it when I drew a bad number.
Yeah,
because he would just get pissed off and race harder. It was great. It was great. So if you use that, don't use it as discouragement. Rather, use it as motivation. Right. Yeah, that's the way how you approach that. Speaking of Tom, because I'm pretty sure he's watching right now. Guys, and this is for both of you. Knowing Tom the way that I know, I was pleasantly surprised at how he really took to you, Kennedy, and also took to you, Jason. What has that relationship been like to be able to have a legend like that, knowing that he's in your corner? Are you able to pick his brain a little bit? And how's that kind of playing into your racing career?
Well, I think it's, for one, just really awesome to have him just be a fan of me, because I heard that he won't even wear his own, was it his son? Or his son's shirts, race shirts, but grandson's race shirts, but he'll wear mine. I don't know. I take that as like something to really carry. I think it's awesome. And obviously I didn't get to see him race in person, but I've seen old videos of him racing, and it's pretty cool to have him in my corner. And I try to talk to him as much as I can when he's around. He's a really good dude.
I remember when we made the decision to go modified instead of going to late model. I knew we were heading north for the weekend. It was XR Series week, and it was actually after that. And I knew I had to break the news to Tom, and I'll never forget it. We were in Hibbing Park a lot, and Tom come driving up, and he heard the news, and he says, "I'm mad at you." And I said, "Yeah, I kind of figured you would be, Tom." He'd really like to see her in a late model, but we ended up going with the modified route. But I got to watch Tom race, and just seeing him go through and watching everything and all the good times and some of the bad times. So to me, it's just a tip of a hat just to have him in your corner, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
I just wish he was closer and we could see more of him. I should be better in picking up phones and making phone calls, but it's like, life has slowed down a little bit, but not enough to like just have a lot of free time. If we ain't racing big car, we're out ice racing, and then I'm a middle child. A lot of people don't even realize I have 3 kids, but Emerson, she's playing softball, and we're constantly running somewhere.
Yeah. Even when you guys are at the fair, making fun of Blake and whatever, you bastard.
You gotta still have time for that fun stuff,
Oh yeah. Kennedy, what is something that is easier from the stands than it really actually is through the car? Because everybody in the stands knows exactly what happens out there. So,
Oh my God, what?
it's kind of
That's
a
a
tough
good
one.
question.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like,
good question.
first thing that comes to my head is throwing a slider. Like, that ain't easy.
No. Oh, I guess a lot of people think it's just, a lot of people think you can just go out there and win. That's what they expect. But I don't know. I guess that's hard. I mean, sometimes, like, even when you're in the stands, you don't know what's happening. When, like, there's a lot of times where I've had brake issues in my race car, and they're up there like, what the heck is she doing? It's like, well, I don't have brakes, so I'm not going to do as good. So I don't know, I guess. That's a good question. What, do you have anything for that?
Yeah, I agree. It's a lot going on inside a race car. They just think you just go out there and turn left, right?
Yeah.
You don't lift. You just throttle up wide open. You know, and there is some nights where it is wide open throttle, but I think that's, my side of it is, well, why didn't you do this? And she's like, well, this is why. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And back to like Ben's question in 2025, we had a rough year. We wrecked, 2 race cars. And then we ended up getting a brand new one. And then we struggled with some brake issues we had. And I got to tip a hat to Kobe Keel and that whole group up there. He invited us up for a practice night, and it actually helped us a ton, found out what the heck we had going on. And, and then there was another night we had from the first wreck of the year over at Granite, we had a fuel line inside the fuel cell that was cracked. We would have never found that if it wasn't for Chubbs over in Chubbs Performance. We went over there on a wheel dyno, and Will went over and hooked it up. It was the Thursday of the big deal.
Oh,
Wow.
And we pulled motors. We did everything. That Wednesday night when she qualified, we were still at a miss. And I think she qualified 9th out of 16 or something like
yeah,
that.
and I wasn't even fully on horsepower. Like, that was...
So it's just one of those years, and I think it's really good, though, because if you go through all of her career since go-karts, she's never really had that, where it was a problem. And I think I think we're going to see that in the 26 season here, where it's mentally she's going to grow and other things. And I think it's really going to change how she's looked at things. And, she's always been very fortunate with the sponsors and people buying shirts and stuff where we could go racing anywhere at any time. And this year was like, oof, a couple race cars, and it was an expensive year for sure.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your relationship with SSR. I remember you saying in the pits, one of the times when Tom was giving you shit about not going late model racing, SSR is in the early development stages of their late model program. And I believe at one point in time, I'm not going to say who it was from, but you were offered a late model ride and you turned it down. And it was because of your relationship with SSR. So let's talk about that a little bit. What does that relationship mean to you, and how is it helping it? How is it helping you?
Yeah. Well, about that ride, it was an awesome opportunity, but they offered me an MB, and nothing against MB. Great program, what they got over there, but we're loyal to SSR, and we're going to stay with SSR. So, we said maybe if it was an SSR late model, we would consider it, but he wanted to be an MB, which is okay. But also, I think it was my last year in the B mod too. And I think it would have been a great opportunity, but I also think I needed to learn more. And I've always wanted to go mod racing, and eventually I want to go USMTS racing. So I thought that would be the better route to begin with. But yeah, back to SSR. I've been with them since my first B mod, and they've been nothing but great to us. It's a great program. Jake and Will used to work there. Now he doesn't. But everything that they do for us, when we're able, when I got wrecked down at Menominee and we went down to SSR, we stayed there all night, got the car fixed up, and then we're able to race the next day, and, stuff like that. It's great. And they're great people.
It's, Jake, open doors to Jake. And, I worked with Jake back when I raced, and, and obviously Mike Anderson being the house driver for him, and good friends with Mike. And that relationship with Jake is just phenomenal, and he's been there for us every second. I mean, a lot of people didn't even realize we pretty much tore a race car apart, went and had it powder coated, put all back together in a week, week and a half.
Missed 1 week of racing.
And that's because of the team down at SSR. You know, I mean, Kennedy's pretty much down there every single night. I was down there as much as I could be. William, Jake, Jacob, Larry, Jay, everybody down there. You know, without them, we wouldn't be where we are today. And moving forward, too, you know, I mean, just Jake is, you know, he gives us stuff to try, and, you know, that didn't work for, you know, and then there's stuff it's like, you know, Mike gets, and I still say to Jake, well, why do we get that? He says, because that ain't going to work for her, you know, and it's completely different, you know. But yeah, we wouldn't even be where we are today without Jake. And, you know, back to that deal with the late model, you know, I called Jimmy straight up and I told him right from my mouth, they wanted him to hear it, that, you know, nothing against MB Custom whatsoever. It's just, we're loyal to Jake. And he even said it, you know, there's not a lot of loyal people out there like you guys. And, you know, he understood it. And she wasn't ready for that late model side thing yet. And I knew where she wanted to go with the USMTS stuff. And this is the direction that we've been going, and we'll continue to go. You know, hopefully she can hurry up here and get done with college and another year and a half of that, and we'll see where that brings us.
What are you going to school for, Kennedy?
Business management.
There you go.
Well, you're doing it already, so you'll be good at it.
Yeah, running a team.
I really like hearing that you're going to USMTS racing.
He's got a thing against fenders. I don't understand.
No, when we toured with them, it was, I don't know. When you put a whole series together, like, and I'll always promote them guys.
Sure. Oh yeah.
That entire series, like all the guys that work there, it doesn't matter if it's your first night there and they don't even know who you are. They're coming to say hi, but the show is ran so good, and the amount of tracks and the difference in the tracks that you get, like when you start winning with USMTS, you're doing something. And I don't think they get enough credit for it, to be honest. I really do not think that half of them guys that do good, they don't get enough credit.
That's true.
But you watch, just the other night, what the hell race was it? Number 0, Jake O'Neill, and there was one other guy from the USMTS racing late models. Like, they were there. They were on screen for quite a bit. Like, I don't know. Just gets me excited that you really want to go that route, because they're doing good things in that series.
You know, like when we went down and raced the big deal there and Mississippi Thunder, she got a little bit of a taste of it, you know, and you know, she was the only Wissota car and the only girl in 24 to make the big deal. And, you know, and I'll never forget it. Kelly Skyrock there in tech walked up to her and said to her, shouldn't you be in school or something? you know, and it was pretty neat. You know, I mean, he's a 6-time USMTS champion. It's pretty cool.
I'm surprised he didn't try to put you in the Skyrocket chassis, to be honest with you. Like, really, you know. But you ever, okay, so when you're out on the racetrack, right, pace laps or whatever, everybody does it. You're looking up at the grandstands. I know when I stand in front of the crowd at Rice Lake Speedway, I can look around and I bet you no less than 10% of the people are wearing Kennedy Swan merch. Does that put any pressure on you as a driver to know you have that many fans in the house? Or is that more of, yep, that's pretty damn cool. All right, I got to get to work. That type of a deal.
Yeah, it's definitely the more of that's really cool to see. I think it's awesome, you know, when I go, especially at Rice Lake, they have a lot there. I mean, anywhere, but Rice Lake especially, you go up there and you see a lot of people with my shirts on. And I think I take value in that. And I also like, you know, these people are here to support me too. So, you know, I try to also put that on the racetrack. You know, I wouldn't say fail them, but, you know, I try to also do good for them too. So, I mean, it goes both ways, but definitely just to see that, I think is really unique and cool.
Well, and that it's crazy. Like, I remember how young you were when you were in here the first time, just doing an interview and seeing you at Thunder Hill or whatever. But every time since that interview, obviously I've watched you more. I know your dad pretty well now from Thunder Hill and here and whatever, talk to him, text him. But every single time your car hits the track, there's never an inch where you're not trying harder than the last time. And you're probably one of the only drivers that I've watched. I mean, there's a few, but that I watch weekly that is literally trying from the green flag to the end. Because you'll see a lot of guys just kind of fall in line with 3 to go. Not you. Always trying. So I can see where that's 100% true. What's missing now, right now, between you and your next win? Sorry, these are all
Good luck. Just some luck, honestly. You know, for wins to happen, you know, sometimes it's just things just got to fall your way, and sometimes, you know, you earn it. I think I need just some things to fall my way a little bit more, stay out of the wrecks, wrong place, wrong time, and I think I can do it. I mean, once we get my car set up, I think I have a really fast car, and I'm competitive. And you know, when I go up to redraw, you know, it'd help if I don't redraw the 8. You know, it'd be nice to redraw somewhere for second, third, fourth. You know, if things just fall my way a little bit, I think I have the opportunity there. Honestly, I wouldn't blame it on the race car or the track or anything, just for things to go that way that night, and I think I have the chance to.
Yeah.
I add a little bit to it. I think start out the season strong and good. You know, we went out last year, and what was it, the third night? You know, she wrecked a race car, and not her fault. Bad in the wrong spot at the wrong time. You know, then we go 6, 7 more races, I believe it was, and wrecked another race car. You know, as you know, business management's what she's going to school for, and she sees that checkbook. You know, she sees it, and it's like, I think there's a lot of times where she could have drove a lot harder and put herself in different situations where I think she would have been potentially maybe put herself in that redraw of 3 or whatever, and where she didn't do it. Yeah. Because it's like, I had more risk to it, I think, is what her mindset might have been, or I don't want to wreck my race car, or the racetrack is rough. You know, I think last year it didn't matter where you went. It just was a wet year, and it was rough, you know, and it's like you'd wreck a lot of stuff. And I think that was part of it too. I think, you know, if we can get a good start of the season, and, you know, obviously we'll have a low spot. Everybody does. You have your highs and lows, and I'd like to see a good start. I think you'll see a different driver. I think you're going to see a different driver this year in general. I think just everything from ice racing this year and the season she had last year, I think you're going to see a little more aggressiveness. It's a conversation we've talked about. You know, it's time to put the race car where you want to put it, and not do it because maybe it's Mike Anderson next to you, or Shane Zabrowski, or, you know. Yeah. But we'll see. You know, still race clean, and it's just, I think I would like to see her race a little bit harder.
Yeah, I'd agree. There were some times at Red Cedar this year where you could have let it keep going, and you didn't.
Well, that's the disadvantage of looking at the checkbook and knowing what you're looking at, right?
True.
You know, especially now from your perspective as a business management major, racing with your wallet is the absolute worst thing that can happen to a racer. So knock that shit off, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But Jason, we're going to switch gears over to you a little bit. You're coming off your time as president of the NWIRC. So you guys are balls to the wall 365 days a year with racing or some sort of sport, right?
Yeah.
What is the bigger picture now, the bigger picture view of the sport shape now when you look at Kennedy's development? What have you learned from how Kennedy's developed, and now you can take that and you can go focus on Tripp and how to bring him up through the ranks?
You know what? I'll say it, and I've said it to Tripp too. I mean, you got 2 different kids there between Kennedy and Tripp. Tripp's come along here the last couple of years and really wants to race now. You know, you go back 3-4 years ago, and he'd be like, let's go to the fair, you know, instead of going racing. You know, now it's, I want to be at Thunderhill on Wednesday nights. He would love to race more. He'd have to kick his sister out of the trailer. You know, we do have 2 trailers, so the potential is to potentially maybe, you know, with her, you know, she hauls the truck and trailer. She does does driving too. So, you know, we could go a different direction. It's hard now that I know I can do it, where I don't have to be at the races with her. You know, going back to your main question of watching them develop, it's just, I think, giving getting Trip the laps, and Kennedy was fortunate. We went down to Knoxville, Iowa. We went to Rice Lake. We went to Thunder Hill. We didn't miss a race there. I think Trip, we went over to Atwater last year with him and had a great time. And I think he just needs to have more seat time. His biggest thing is he keeps asking, when am I going to get a B-Mod? When am I going to get B-Mod? It's like, and then I want to race against my sister, and it's like, oh man, I'm going to have to get another job, or the wife's going to have to get another job or something. We're going to have to figure this out. And
well, it's a good thing Kennedy's graduating in a year and a half,
What's that?
I said it's a good thing Kennedy's graduating from college here in a year and a half, so she can start kicking in on some of those bills, I would imagine.
She does her good fair share of it. So
I believe you, yeah.
It's, and it's just, things have changed a little bit, and I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun to see what happens here in the next 2-3 years with Trip and with Kennedy, and what directions they go, and see.
Yeah, I know Trip was doing. You can definitely tell that he loves it. Just watch him run around Thunder Hill too, and I think you like being there a little bit.
Oh yeah, I do. Thunder Hill's where it all started. I'll never forget the first win at Red Cedar Speedway, as I'm running across the racetrack and Chad Cummings is standing on a pile of dirt, and my words to him is, "This is what you created right here, because of your time building Thunder Hill, getting into what it is today. This is why." If it wasn't for Kennedy with all those laps at Thunder Hill, she wouldn't be able to come in and do what she did. I was on Saturday talking to Jerry Weigel, and that first year in the B-Mod at Jim Falls, the first night out, watching her 4 lanes higher than the groove, the highest groove, inches off the wall at flipping Jim Falls, not lifting, 13 years old. First time it was, I got Mike Anderson screaming, "Throw the checkered, she's going to wreck it." It was, and where she has come till today, and I think she spun half out, cut across the infield, jumped right back, and spun out in turn 3, come across the infield, entered back on turn 4, didn't even skip a beat. There was a lot of people not happy about it because she didn't look both ways before she entered the intersection. She just jumped right back out there.
I'm more so laughing at the look on Kennedy's face right now as you're telling that story. She's like, "Just shut up, Dad."
She rewatched the whole thing.
Yeah, it just replayed in her brain.
Used to ask me, "Well, how?" And I said, "Well, there's sometimes I would be me and be like, she's just too young to know any better, or she's just that fearless." I didn't really know, and the things she did with a steering wheel, whether it was a go-kart or the race cars, just, I ain't telling her what to do. I gave her pointers. Mike gave her pointers. She watches a lot of videos. She just went out and does it. Is she fearless? To a point. Yeah, I think she is, and it's pretty neat to see, and, being the girl side of things, it's good to see, but realistically, when you put a helmet on, it don't matter if it's a girl or boy, there's times in go-karts. I remember going down to, what was it, the turkey race or whatever that was, New Year's race down in Nevada, or where was that? Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
We went down and, nobody knew us. She gets out of the cart. She just won, and two boys took second and third, and they're as tall as me. And they get out and they're cussing and swearing, "Oh my God, I just got beat by a girl," and there's a lot of girls out there, there's a lot of girls back then that raced up at Thunder Hill, Ashley, what was Williams, Ayla Fela, Shelby Blazers. There's a lot of them, and that was common to us, but when you go to other places, you just didn't see it.
Right.
The girls side of thing. And now you're getting to see it more and more,
Yeah.
You got Chaplin and the Streeters, she's there. That's awesome to watch, and all the lives in the TikTok stuff they do. And now both girls hopefully going to be out racing. You got Knops. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see, hopefully she would race a little bit more, but you get to see her once in a while, and it's just cool to see.
Yeah.
Then you got Rose there in the Streeter.
Oh yeah,
Rosie.
Danae.
Oh yeah, Danae Rose in the pure stock division.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then there's young kids coming up behind you too, Kennedy. Really behind Trip, like Jason. When you and I were announcing, first off, I got to say I was really proud of you. You did a hell of a job. Like it was a real privilege to be able to announce with you. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, Jason. I didn't have a damn clue. And as you're explaining stuff, and you acted like you've been doing it for 30 years, so that was amazing to be able to work with you on that. But Rosie Shilka is the name I'm getting to, coming up behind you.
Rosie.
Yeah.
Rowdy.
Yeah, Rowdy Rosie Shilka. So, Kennedy, my question to you is, how cool is that not only these younger people, younger than you, that they're looking up to you, and it's got to feel like a half hour ago, like you were one of those kids looking up to the 25, 30-year-old race car drivers now. And even though you're only 19, it's still got to be quite the contrast.
No, yeah, it is. It's cool to see, especially when they come up to me and they're like asking for pictures and autographs. And I'm just a 19-year-old girl. Like, I don't, like, to myself, like, I don't think I'm big or huge, but to see these girls and say that I'm inspiring them and they want to grow up and be a race car driver, or some are already, in there and they're watching me, trying to learn from me. It's something I really like that I take and I hold close to me, because that's what makes me keep going every day.
Well, I know my stepdaughter has a Kennedy Swan shirt, and she'll wear it, right? And she'll ask me on Mondays during the racing season, she'll call me and say, how'd Kennedy do? Not how was the show, not who won.
How are you?
Not how am I. It's how'd Kennedy do over the weekend, right? So, and yeah, so you're an inspiration to her, and she's never even met you.
Yeah.
So I think that's got to be pretty cool for you to be able to know that.
And how many double braids have you seen at the racetrack?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you're putting that into fashion now. I love that.
Took on the hairstyle even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people that we could go places and she'd put her hair down and they wouldn't even recognize. If I didn't wear a shirt or anybody, a lot of people don't even probably recognize her without those braids.
Yeah, right there, Alyssa. We appreciate you and love you, Kennedy.
Yep. Yeah, that's my stepdaughter's mom right there. So Kennedy, what is it like watching your younger brother though start the same journey that you're on?
It's cool. I like seeing him do it. I'm really hard on him, but that's just to make him better. It's cool to see what he's doing, and these last couple years he's been really getting at it, and it's cool to see him do it. I wish he would get out in the garage and help a little bit more, but other than that, it's just cool to see, especially when he goes out and he does good and he gets really happy. That's cool to see.
I bet he definitely looks up to you, even though he'll never tell you that.
Oh, yeah. She could do anything and he's going to go do it. She cuts his hair. I mean, she cuts his hair and it could look terrible. And it was the best thing in the world because Kennedy did it. Easy way to say it, if she pooped on a plate, he'd eat it if she told him.
Yeah.
It's almost, and it's cool, he's got something to look up to. And, I think there's a lot of people out there that look up to her and it's good to see.
Well, before we get into the 2-minute questions, I know Jason's been waiting for these the whole time we've been doing this. What are you most looking forward to in the 2026 or 27 sixth season? 6-7.
It's honestly for just a win, just waiting for when it comes, the win. I haven't won since 2023. It's been a long
24, you won.
24.
24.
When did I win in 24?
Just a minute, I'll pull it up.
You did win.
You did win in 2024. I
No,
promise
I
you
did
that.
not.
Kennedy, my race pass doesn't lie. You did win. I'm pulling it up right now. Give me just a second.
I'm right.
We're all going to wait.
Wait.
No, that was 2023.
She's right. I'm wrong.
I told you. You guys,
Okay.
yeah. Okay,
Well, I
yeah.
suck.
Damn it. I was
Yeah,
trusting
I
Ben.
haven't won since my first year in the mod. 2024, I had like a dozen seconds.
Yeah, that's right.
I had a lot of seconds, but I did not win. And then last year, no. So I really want to feel that feeling again when I can get up on my roof and the crowd goes nuts, especially if I can do it at Rice Lake or Menominee. That's what I want. I mean, any win anywhere is whatever, but
Such an
that's what
epic
I want.
moment.
I'm waiting for that win. I just want to feel that again, and I miss that feeling.
I always, when talking about that, took me back to the story of when you almost had your first BMOD win at Rice Lake. And,
Oh my God.
and I was just talking with Tony Barr about that last summer. Somehow that came up, and he said, I was even cheering for Kennedy. I wasn't going to let her win, but I didn't have anything for her. And that whole crowd, myself included, when that spin happened, and we come into the white or the checkers, I can't remember, but it was
The white. It was the white.
yeah, coming out of forward in the white. The whole crowd literally went, shit. Like everybody did, myself included. And Tony Barr said the exact same thing. Those heartbreaking moments like that's just got to fuel you even more, though.
It does. Not in the moment though. That was pretty upsetting because I still remember that night because it was gonna be my first win. I was really upset. But yeah, when I have those bad nights, they definitely fuel me for the next night to push myself even harder.
When there's one tiny little mistake, that was it, that even the most experienced of racer could have made in that moment. It was just like, I've seen Tony do it, for crying out loud, And so from that night, you had nothing to hang your hat on. You drove a hell of a race. But yeah, because I had that, you're talking about the crowd, Rice Lake, that's where you want to grab your next win. I had that crowd pretty amped up for you that night, and it did not take that much for me to be able to do it. So I really hope you do park it in Rice Lake. I want to see you and Blake Adams battle it out, take us all to Slide Job City this summer.
Yes.
And Blake Adams, I know you're watching. I'm issuing a challenge on Kennedy's behalf. Make it happen.
I have a feeling them two are going to have, I think they're going to be exchanging a lot of sliders this year. I really hope. And they're fun. They're fun, both fun to watch. I mean, I got to watch Blake as he come through Thunder Hill too. And, to watch him where he is today is awesome to see. And, for Buzzy to step down and get to be a dad and a crew chief like he does, I hope that's working for him like it worked for me. And, and Kurt Meyer's going to be able to do the same thing. And you got two really huge legends right there sitting on the sidelines helping two kids out. And it's pretty cool to see.
Eric Olson's talking about hanging up the helmet, crew chiefing for Ryan. So it's weird, like guys that are half a generation above us, starting to do that, right? And it's anyway,
cool to see.
It's very cool to see.
All right.
I think we challenge Mike Anderson to hang up his helmet. He could be Kennedy's crew chief.
Yeah.
Well, I could be his son. I'll race. He could coach me. I could be the driver. I'll just get in Mike's car.
That'd be actually colors would match.
Yes, everything would be fine.
We just have to change the number, maybe.
Yep.
That'd be all right.
I think we could talk. Hey, just so you know, Mike did say to me, if you get a modified, I'm retiring. He said he didn't want to race.
He said that to you?
Yeah, he didn't want to race me. That's the night that we were there with the sprint cars, and they had mods as well at Rice Lake. It's like, if you get a mod, I ain't fucking racing you. All right, let's go to 2-minute questions. How's that sound? We'll get you guys out of here in an hour. Jeremy Bloom wants to know, if you got a street stock ride, would you race the Little Dream?
Yes, I wouldn't turn that down. No promises that I'm going to even make the race, but I would give it a shot, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You never know. Might be sooner than later. You never know.
Yep.
But you heard it from her. She said yes. So we'll see what's going to happen here. 26 is going to be a fun year.
Yes.
I agree. All right. So, Kennedy, we'll start with you. Let's build your perfect racetrack. So, excuse me, as an example, Cedar Lake's pits, Ogilvy's grandstands.
Oh, yeah.
I got this.
You got it?
Food.
Yep. I already got this.
All right, fire away.
Okay, I don't even need a pick from anywhere else. Mississippi Thunder, everything.
Really?
I love that facility. I love their food. Their racetrack is one of the best racetracks I've ever raced on. I love that place.
Wow. Shout out
Man.
Bob Tim and Tyrone
Yeah.
Lingenfelter.
Way to go, MTS.
Yeah. That's
Not one single thing.
I love that place.
Golly.
There's nothing I wouldn't. I love you. You know, you can go up on that deck way up there. You got an amazing view, and their food. They have so much food, and I love their food. There is really good, and their track prep, best track I've ever raced on.
Way to go, Tyrone.
Yeah, that's a hell of an endorsement. That is a hell of an endorsement. Jason, same to you. Build your perfect racetrack.
I agree with her on the pit side. You know, getting up and be able to watch from up above there down at Mississippi Thunder is nice. I like Granite City's food. I really do. I like their ribs and stuff. They're pretty good. Thunder Bay's hospitality, when I say that, the people. And then, you know, Rice Lake last year's racetrack at the end of the year. Colby's come a long ways there. Really like that. I really like the tech shed, everything that they're doing there. So I got a mixture of that. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I like that.
Colby's, I don't, you know, Rice Lake has, you know, it's always been a good racetrack. We've raced there, and it's just they're really putting a lot of time and money into it, and it's getting better I feel every week. You know, this year now I think we have a little better schedule. We'll be able to race there a lot more than we have in the past. There's no softball, there's no prom. There's a lot of different things reason we missed on Saturday nights. So I'm not running the bigger races this year, like the big deal and stuff, which they're not having. So you'll see us more probably at Rice Lake.
Good.
99.7% clay.
Yeah. Yeah, not 100%, though.
It wasn't 100%.
Actually, it was 96% pure clay is what they're putting on the racetrack. So, Colby, when he texted me that, I said, why not 100? Try doing better, Colby. Like, try doing better, you jerk. We got a question from the comment section. Kayla wants to know, for a new racer in the B mods, what is your biggest advice? Biggest piece of advice for a new racer in the B mods?
Right there.
Oh, okay. I see. For a new racer in the beyond, I would say, you know, you're going to set goals for yourself, but not to overdo it. You know, when you go out there and, you know, say you just finish a race, take the little things out of it. You know, don't be going out there expecting to win on your first night or hold that stuff above. I would say take the little things from it. And that's going to, especially with the mental side of it, really help push you forward. And there's going to be a lot of challenges, but the best thing you can do is just to keep going and not to give up and to push through them, you know, especially if you're going to be, if you're a girl in the sport, you know, you're going to face them more often than not. And, you know, you just got to keep going with it. And I think that'd probably be the biggest thing.
That's great advice.
That's phenomenal advice.
Couldn't have said it better. All right. Kennedy and Jason. I mean, separate answers. Tell me your favorite driver within the group of people that you were racing at the time. Doesn't matter what year, what class. Who was your favorite driver basically ever that you raced against?
Shane Zabrowski's up there. He's always been up there. Ooh, that I've raced against. You know, well, I did get to race with the big guys. I was battling it out with Jim Chisholm. He was pretty cool to race with over at MTS back and forth.
He's a good shit.
That was pretty awesome. Even Tyler Nicely, we threw a couple sliders back and forth. That was pretty cool too.
That was cool to watch.
Yeah, that was awesome. But for my guys, Shane Zabrowski's always been there, and Mike. I like racing with Mike too. It's just I don't know, it fuels me. Like one time in Menominee, I was about to pass him and I had him beat, but I spun out myself because I got a little too happy. It's always fun racing with him.
Oh my God. I'm just picturing what Mike had, what was going through Mike's head too at that time.
Oh, there she goes.
Yep. Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Jason?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, when I got to, you know, in the AMOD, when I raced that for a couple of years, Mike and Buzzy both, you know, Mike was probably, you know, we were good friends. And, you know, I remember one night, I think it was a 40 lapper they had there. And I spun out coming out of 4 and facing the wrong way. And Mike had a pretty good lead. And I'm sitting there and he comes around and hands come out the window. And I'm like, oh God, he loses this race because of this. Because of me. It's going to be a rough one for me. But I go back to like Brad Hudson. Back when I raced a B-Mod, I liked racing against him. Travis Anderson was racing a B-Mod back then. I raced against Knutson at Jim Falls in a B-Mod. Nick Kaler, his first win, I took second to him that night. Jim Falls, I'll never forget that. Yeah, so there's a lot of them, that still race today. It's pretty cool to see your daughter now race some of these guys that you raced 20 years ago. I guess 18 years ago it's been 17, 18 years.
Yeah. It's about like when we go in for parent-teacher conferences, I'm like, well, holy shit, you're still working here?
Yep.
I had the realization the other day that my high school teachers, they're all retired or dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all retired or dead. Yeah. What is...
Over a nice cup of coffee.
Stop it. What was your, Kennedy, both of you, favorite moment behind the wheel? Jason, favorite thing to see? I know what my favorite thing to see was out of the 18S team, and that was when you won the Punky, and I called it.
Oh, so good.
And that was my favorite thing to be able to see you guys. What was your favorite moment to be able to experience behind the wheel?
It was the Punky. That race and what happened after the race when I could get up out of my car and the way the crowd was, that was just nuts. The way they cheered, how many people were there cheering, how loud it was. It was a win, but it was a win at my home track for the big race there. And to win that was something, it's so incredible. And that's my favorite moment, even if it was, now going to be 5 years ago, and hopefully I can relive it. But that's my favorite moment.
Chills instantly. As soon as you said it, I watched that. Yeah. Awesome.
I hated that race. I'm not gonna lie. Too many cautions.
Yeah.
I had Cade Nelson holding handing water to me. I was gagging off where I stand on turn 3 there. Every single caution, smoking a cigarette, every single caution. But yeah, that's one of the highlights, that race there. Her first win in Ashland was big to me. There's a lot of people that didn't believe in our motor and thought we were cheating, so we proved a point. We went and put a concept in, and her second night out, she won in Ashland. That was a big race for me, for her. Her first win in the A-Mod at Granite City, that was pretty emotional. Back when I raced, I really didn't have it special. Wow, there's a race up in during the Red Sea or Ashland for the red clay in the A-Mod. I had a lot of fun up there. That was a race that when I raced back then. It was a good one. But otherwise, it's all her moments.
Yeah. I definitely can.
Yep.
Man, that Punky one, though. Like, no bullshit. I was hair raised up just thinking about that. It was so cool.
There you go.
My phone, huh?
Oh yeah, my phone blew up that night because on this program a week prior, I was wearing one of your shirts and a Punky hat, and I said, "I'm calling it. Kenny Swan's winning the Punky."
He did,
and my phone blew up with you in victory lane, and I didn't give a shit who was texting me. I was just laser focused on watching you guys because something like that, you'll never repeat that, Kennedy, but you will definitely elaborate off of it, and you'll have bigger and better moments coming your way. And I got a feeling they're coming this year. I really do. You guys are due. You are due. Jason, how's your health?
Good.
Well, you had the scare last fall. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a scare, and I appreciate all the racers and fans and stuff. I know Kennedy put something together up at the red clay for me, and we had a benefit and stuff. I ended up having a 5 bypass. I've now quit smoking. That was pretty easy. The food's been hard for me. I try to do the best. I try not to eat cookies as much as I used to, but I was down 20 pounds. I put it back on, but I feel really good. Need to build some strength back up, but it's definitely every day's a new day.
Good.
Good for you, man.
Good to hear.
Congratulations on quitting smoking too.
Thank you.
That's a big one.
And I loved how, Kennedy, you were shaking your head no, and he's talking about the cookies and stuff like that.
Wow.
In that moment, you kind of went from his daughter to being like mother hen right there.
Well, he'll sit down on the couch and grab 4 or 5 cookies a night and eat them.
Still?
Yep.
Jason.
Better.
Well,
I
at
don't
least,
do it every night.
well, you quit smoking, so yeah, you gotta live for something. Plus, most people just go in for a single bypass. You decided to get all 5 right away. Piss on it.
Yeah, might as well get them all done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say 7 is the most that the doctor's ever done. So
Oh,
I had a couple more to go.
Well,
Yeah.
You got something to shoot for next time, in other words, huh?
left the high side.
I mean, it was scary. I'm not gonna. I joke about it quite a bit. I do. I mean, I had fun with it after. Pretended I didn't know my wife. Pretended I didn't know Kennedy.
Oh, that story's great. Oh,
Pretended
can
I
you
didn't
tell
know
that?
Mike when he come and seen me.
Can you tell that story, please? How you didn't? How you just tell? That's a great story.
The wife one or the Mike Anderson one or which one?
Pick the one. Pick the funny. Actually, because Kennedy's on screen right now, tell that story.
The Kennedy one?
Yeah.
Well, let's start with the wife. That's just easier with the wife. So when I went into the room, it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So then when I woke up, I thought it was around the same time, maybe an hour or 2 later. I didn't realize it was a day later. So I woke up and that's all there was a couple nurses in my room. And I asked them if they could find my cell phone because I knew my wife hid it. And they found it for me. And so I called her. It was like 3:30 in the morning and told her I loved her. I'm alive and bring me a Diet Mountain Dew. And she laughed at me and says, I can't come there till 8 o'clock because they just didn't let anybody in till 8. Well, I had from 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock to really get to know the nurses. By then, I mean, I was on a pretty good basis with them and talked them into agreeing with me, and I'm going to pretend I didn't know my wife. So when my wife come in, she kind of picked up stuff, doing things, and I didn't say a word to her. I just kind of looking at her like, who are you, and eventually she standing there, and I'm like, hey, who are you? She says, your wife? And I'm like, I'm not married. And she says, and the one nurse giggled a little bit. That kind of gave it away. And then she turned around and her comments were, you dumb SOB, and you are married and da-da-da, and blah, blah, blah. And, so that was kind of fun. And then Kennedy come in and sat down next to me, and I kept asking her who she was and trying to pull away from her. And she kept yelling at her mom, is he effing serious? He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know who I am. And I did the same thing to Crystal Fankhauser. She didn't take it though. She just hugged me. And, then Mike, he come in, he kind of got set up by Lee. They passed in the hallways and he says, hey, don't be surprised he don't recognize you. You might have to tell him who you are. And, Mike's big and burly and tough, and he don't want to be in no hospital. And I didn't even expect him to come, but he was there. And I started talking to his wife right away, Amy, and didn't say nothing to him. And, 4 or 5 minutes went by, and then I finally looked at him and asked him, like, who are you? And he says, Mike. And I'm like, oh, and I just kind of hee-hawed around a little bit. And I'm like, I'm really sorry, but Mike, who? He says, Anderson. And then he kind of, at this time, he's getting nervous. He's put his hands up on his head, and I'm like, I've never heard of her. Give me that catheter. I'm going to pull that catheter out. And, yeah. So, I mean, we had fun with it, and, but I think a lot of people, it opened up their eyes a little bit. I know it opened up my eyes. Yeah, I get into the cookies still, but nothing like I used to. The candy, like, stay away from that. Obviously, the smoking, quit that. And, I'll go on walks. I need to do more and more of that. It's starting to get nice out, so I'll be able to do more of that. So, and if you're starting to have chest pains, go in and check it out, because, if everybody don't know, I'm only 48 years old, and I thought I was pretty active. I smoked a lot of cigarettes, but it wasn't enough.
Kennedy, what was your reaction when your dad pulled that fast one on you in the hospital? Like, how long did it take you to catch on?
Well, I thought it was a joke because that's how he is. But then at the same time, I didn't know because, we're in the hospital and all this stuff. So I was trying to yell at my mom. I was like, Mom, is he being serious? Like, I can't tell. I don't know. I kind of figured it. I knew it was a joke, but I don't know. He pissed me off.
Probably had some of the same sentiments as Mike Anderson had, I would imagine. Huh?
Yeah.
What? Hey, Kennedy, since you're on that topic, what else pisses you off about your dad?
A lot. He gets angry really fast over the dumbest stuff. That's the biggest one.
Jason?
Oh,
your turn.
People that really know me, I have a temper. You might not realize that, but you push the wrong button on me.
Yeah.
You're going to see it. Things on her that piss me off,
Water bottles.
That's
water bottles left around everywhere, but no. I think the biggest one is I'm going to take the 25 race season. When you're down like that and you get so negative about like the stupid draw, who cares? It doesn't matter, and as much as I tell her that, she's so hard on herself. It's unbelievable how hard she is. That's probably the thing that I dislike the most. And I hope she can ease up on herself and realize that, if I'm not having fun, I'm not going to be as good as I was, and I think that's part of the problem.
Man, we were doing so good.
We're
we
just
only
about
got
to close it out.
We were just about to.
Just about to close it out.
Man, well, let's see if they come back in. They should. Here we go. They're back. We were doing so good, guys. So damn good. Sorry, we're almost done. Promise. We're almost done.
We only got 2 more questions.
All right.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. Is she's so. That probably irritates me the most.
Yeah. That's all right. Father-daughter. It's fine.
That's what's supposed to happen, honestly. All right.
We can't go without asking you this one because you started before we even started on
Yeah.
this.
What's your OnlyFans name?
I still haven't decided what that would be. I don't know. I feel like it would have to be some. I don't know if I'd want them to know that I raced. So that'd be. I don't know because then I don't know.
Putting too much thought into it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to go easy, like Randy Clamhammer.
Yeah. Yeah. That was Nick Kaler's. Without missing a beat, we asked him that. He's Randy Clamhammer.
Well, you, Jason.
I got to think about it. I'm going to say the heartbeat thumper.
Yes.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
We need to have a board in here, a whiteboard with all of them.
I know. We should.
Yeah, I'm going to order that when I get home.
Maybe we'll just always ask this question and title the podcast to it.
There we go.
Heartbeat Thumper.
Heartbeat
Kennedy
Thumper.
Swan and Jason Swan. All right, guys. One at a time. Kennedy, what are you built to do?
Can it be like anything?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm built to inspire people, and especially if we're going to go for the racing side of it, to make changes in the racing world for the girl side of it.
You're doing a damn good job at it already. I like that one.
To add to that, a very person on Saturday said that she changed racing. I go back to, and I believe Blake and Jesse, that night, the day that we put that video out in Menominee of her that we did, and I believe your comments were she's changing racing for the good, and it's not just us, it's brought a lot of different new people into it. I feel, I think, everybody has a little bit. Blake, I think he's changing racing too. I believe there's a lot of people that are coming in and that are changing it. I think, we have I'm glad we could be a start to help and continue to grow this, because if we didn't go racing in the summer, I don't know what we'd do. When we get rained out or something, yeah, once in a while is okay. But man, there's some nice, it's like, what would we do?
Right.
I think we'd probably go pontooning. We do have a pontoon, but you can only do that for so many times.
Yeah.
It's not like racing. We can go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and get right back into it and ready to go again on Thursday. And, that's how I look at it.
Yeah. Well, I think you are very inspiring, as is. We've watched it the last few years, and Jason, I totally agree with you. I still stand on that comment that I made. It's 100% for the good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I still talk to Trent. The kid that made the video, it's It's crazy. Even the ice racing world. I mean, he put a couple videos together for that, and just having them around, and you guys working all that together. Look at all the videos out there on top of it. And I mean, it started with Kennedy.
And I really like that. I think you both are in agreement. When you put a helmet on, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I think every racer out there is going to agree with that same sentiment, that there's no such thing as gender on the racetrack. And if you take the helmet off, you're a girl. Well, okay, drive like a girl then, right? Because you're out there, you're kicking ass, Kennedy. Yeah, you struggled a little bit last year, but you know what? You're still out there. You're still doing it. And you guys, I maintain it. I'm going to call it right now. You're due. You're due for a breakout banner year this year. And I, for one, I think I can speak on behalf of this guy. We're both here for it. We're both excited to see what's going to come out of the 18S camp, and excited to see where you're going to go. And I cannot wait until you and Blake Adams take us all to Slide Job City night after night after night. It's going to be, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Hang some cherries off the spoiler, too.
Oh, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Yeah. Just little sticker right on your back bumper, just cherries. Yep. Yeah. I love that.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you guys so much for your time. We both appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having us, and you guys keep doing the same thing and keep growing and helping the sport the way you guys do, and giving us stuff to watch during the day sometimes.
Oh yeah, brother.
Well, we appreciate you guys and all you're doing for the sport. You're changing it for the better. Blake, you got to highlight that right there.
Bruh.
Jesus.
Yeah, maybe some other time we'll come back. We can tell some stories about Blake too.
Okay.
Oh,
we like that.
Oh, we could do a part 2.
Because then it'll go right back to him wanting to tell other stories. It'll be great.
We got a chair right there. Or we got a chair right there.
Yeah. We'll set it up like the old school.
Rock'em sock'em robots.
Rock'em sock'ems.
There we go. guys,
Sounds like they need to get a Fortnite battle going or something by the sounds of it.
God.
yeah, do it. Make that happen. I love
Let's
that.
stream all of it. Hell with it.
Yeah, why not? That'd be
All
great.
right.
All right, guys. Thanks a ton. We appreciate you both.
Yes, thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Dad, don't.
Great conversation
Yeah.
right there.
Yep.
Dude.
Bruh.
Isn't that yeah, bruh.
I knew that was coming from Blake,
But
too.
seriously, I mean, I can remember it like yesterday when we first sat down with her and talked to her. And it's just, it's him saying about 2025, like, don't get so down on yourself. Don't be this. Don't do that.
Right.
Like, why are you so upset about the draw number and whatever? Well, you can tell already that she's grown out of that.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see that. I mean, and that's a disadvantage of being a young racer, regardless of the amount of
It
experience you
doesn't
have.
matter who you are either.
Yeah.
Where you came from or who was behind you. I mean, Blake, that's just a good example.
Yeah. Yeah. And I go back to, again, when I pitted for Tom, what did we roll? 75. You're fired. And then he'd draw the next week. What did we roll? 89. Well, you're fired.
Right.
And then Darlene would fire both of us.
I've never, and I mean, I can only talk from my experience. I've never let a draw number tell me what my night's going to be like.
You can't.
But at the same time, from her standpoint, when I first started racing the non-wings, or even a sprint car in general, I mean, I was 15. I couldn't even drive the car to go race that.
Right.
Right. Well, now, obviously, we're 15 years later or whatever. It's a completely different mentality in that helmet.
Sure. Well,
How do you explain it? Calculated kamikaze?
yeah. There's 3 types of drivers in this world, and the third one is the most rare. There's calculated, there's kamikaze, and then there's a man sitting to my right, your left, the calculated kamikaze. And that is for sure you. And I think that is the direction that Kennedy is going.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, you can tell.
Yeah. I mean, the nights last year when she cracked the top 5 or whatever, she was right there in the mix. She knew what she was doing really at all times.
Yeah.
And whereas there's some guys, you can just tell that they've had a good night, but they're driving a little bit over their head.
Right. She was calculated in a sense last year, maybe the year prior, more or less to finish.
Right.
Is the goal.
Right.
Well, now this year, all we need to do is add in the kamikaze.
There's people putting cherries in the chat now. I love it. I love it.
Bruh.
Jeremy, I don't know if that question was at Jason Kennedy or if it was at us.
I think it's us.
But we will be there Friday night.
Ask Ryan Aho. Yeah, he got mad about a lot of his draws, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know he did.
He still gets mad about draws.
Well, Dan Filter was a crew chief for Andy Grimal, and I've seen him get upset at draws and stuff like that.
Fuck it.
Yeah, and then
See, but I do it for passing points. Like, so I want the high numbers.
well, yeah, that's because
I'd start in the back of every fucking race if it was passing points.
and the only time I really ever seen you get truly upset, and I didn't even see you to talk to you, was that night at Race Lake.
Yeah.
But I just knew you were upset because I was upset.
I
But
calmed
then
down pretty
But then you
fast.
went out and ran 5 more laps, and still made it to the tech shed and
Yeah. I think I went, 14th to
14th to 5th.
5th? Yeah.
Yeah,
Not bad. In 3 laps?
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Cherry picking. Bruh.
dude, yeah,
Bruh.
cherry picking because you only raced 3 times last year. You only won once.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's a 33% winning percentage.
It is, really.
When you think about it,
Well, I should have had 100%.
right?
Just couldn't calculate.
Yeah, we'll
it.
fix that this year at some point
In a street stock.
in a street stock. That's gonna
I didn't
be
want
awesome.
to tell her that I got a street stock ride.
Well, she's going to find out.
Mike Knutson is a good dude.
Mike Knutson's the man.
Anyways, these guys were great. Jason and Kennedy, we love them. Always have. Love talking to them. I mean, this is an hour and a half.
Could have
Felt like-
talked for another half hour.
Felt
Easily.
like 20 minutes. We didn't even get into the ice racing.
No, I
Like,
tried.
Just a teeny tiny.
We tried, but then it went right back.
Yeah.
A lot of times with these interviews, I come up with the questions, right? Blake handles a lot of the tech stuff. I book the shows and come up with a lot of the questions, knowing damn well we're not going to stay on topic
Ever.
and we don't. And with
Yeah.
these guys,
Half the time we don't even stay in our jobs.
that's very true. Anyway, Friday night we will be at the Red Cedar Speedway Car Show. We will be live.
Yeah.
Or we have a time. Do we want to discuss that right now?
No, we'll be there. I don't know. We'll probably just do it for like an hour or something. Hour and a half.
Those are always fun too because
Just if you guys want to talk, just swing in and grab a mic.
yeah, pretty much. But know that if you're sitting here with us, if you're sitting there with us, and you get on the microphone, your job is to go get somebody else.
Yep. That's the only rule we have. If you sit down, you find somebody else.
Yep. When you're done talking, you go grab somebody else. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Red Cedar Speedway. It's always a great kickoff. Race Lake Speedway Car Show is this weekend too. That's at the Red Cedar Mall on the south end of town. So that's a great event. I think I'm going to head up there on Saturday for a while. So Lars, to answer your question from earlier, I will be there at some point on Saturday. Just don't know when. It'll be up to this guy if you want to come with me or not.
Where?
Race Lake Car Show.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
With that, thank you guys for.
I was going to say something, dude.
You're going to say something?
I completely forgot what I was going to say.
It'll come to you. As soon as that button turns back green, it'll come to you.
Anyways, thank you guys. We really appreciate it. This will go out on Friday. And I can't think of what I was going to say.
So we were talking about the Red Cedar Car Show, Rice Lake Car Show.
God dang it.
Well, if you think of it, write it
It was
down.
important.
Was it?
Oh, next week. There it is.
Oh, okay.
We got a guest.
We do.
Yeah. Look for us next Tuesday. Well, we might as well just say from 7 o'clock to 7:15 next Tuesday. We'll probably be on Facebook again.
Oh, yeah.
Just not really sure when, but just
Yeah,
start
we'll-
looking around 7.
7-ish.
Yeah, we're kind of like, hey, how you doing?
Who's lined up? Can we break that news yet?
Nope.
I don't even know.
You guys didn't know about this one, and you all showed up.
Yeah.
Show up next week, boy.
First night of High Limit is on FS. Oh, that's cool.
Bro.
Chase
I
Kermal
know.
is Andy's crew chief now. I got it.
Yes. And guess where else FS1 and blah, 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 high limit. Guess what other track they're going to be doing FS1?
What, about 15 miles from here?
Sheesh.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Red Cedar Speedway on FS1 with the high limit series. I just seen the schedule the other day. Super pumped.
That Roto Midweek series is just awesome. awesome. The
Say it 3 times.
Rotor Rooter Midweek Series, Rotor Rooter Midweek Series, Rotor Rooter Midweek Series.
Fuck yeah. Bye.
All right, y'all. Thanks a ton.
Thank you.
See you Friday.
As always, that was anticlimactic. You got something to say? Hit up the Built2 Media Podcast and let them know. Like, comment, and share on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and at Built2Media.com. Thank you, Built2 Media sponsors. QualityFreightRate.com, Liquid Nitro Energy Drink, SKD, Scott King Designs, Thunderhill Speedway, Kick-Ass Beef Jerky, Jiggy Signs, Harvest Racing, K1 Race Gear by Ryan Bowers, Spot On, Point of Sale System Credit Card Processing, and PrettyPolishJunkie.com. Get your Built2 Media Podcast fix. Get everything you want and get everything you need at Built2Media.com. Except for the t-shirts. Figure it out. Be back next week for another exciting Built2 Media Podcast.
The Built2 Media Podcast.